Want to know how to get this look? You guys are going to be so amazed at how easy this is. Stay tuned.
First things first, I got a client piece this week, and I'm not taking on a lot of client pieces, but this was a quick fix. This is something that I can show you how to do at home. So a client brought me these pieces. This is incredibly heavy. It's got this whole electrical thing in the back. She really likes this off-white distressed look. She wants me to take this and turn this into the same thing as this. So we're doing nothing to the top. So first things first, I'm going to cover this and protect it because in my workshop, you cannot trust it not to get dinged up out here. So we're going to paint this to match this. I just need to find a color match for this. So let's prep it.
I'm going to show you how to prep this piece because this is going to take the majority of your time, but when you do this right, you're not going to run into issues going down the line. So I'm using painter's tape, some taping paper, and some scissors to cover up the top. The tops are perfect. They don't need to be touched, and so before you even do anything to the piece, you want to cover up what does not need to be touched so that nothing, no chemicals, no cleaning products can get on it. In a lot of my videos, you'll see that I use a paint spray gun. In this one, I did not want to do that because the piece had a painted look. So it had the brush strokes, it had the grooves that you wanted the dark wax to get into. And so we wanted to maintain that aesthetic throughout the whole piece. And so I do need to do this by hand.
To repaint this doesn't mean that you have to strip it. And so if you are just doing a recoat, notice that this has already been painted. So it already has been primed, it's been sanded down, it's been adhered to, and all that's on this, as I feel it, it feels like there's a wax on it, like a furniture wax. And so the best way that you can clean this is not, I'm gonna do a degreaser at first, but then I'm gonna take mineral spirits to it. Mineral spirits gets off wax like nobody's business. So if I just take off that wax, then I can literally just paint over this. And so I'm gonna go through the hardest part of this is taping off the parts that you do not want painted. And so it's taping off the drawers. She wants this to stay the same. This is a textured like burlap pattern texture. It's fantastic. And we're keeping the tops. And so she wants these drawer frames to be painted, which is just gonna take a lot of extra time, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go through and tape the rest of these, and then I'm going to go through and start cleaning these up.
So I cleaned before I started taping, but I cleaned with a degreaser first, and then I went through with a green spongy pad and a brush, and I went through with mineral spirits and water and just rubbed off as much of the finish as I could and just cleaned it up enough so that I could get to painting it. When you're color matching, you just want to try a small section first. So I decided to take one of the legs. I buffed it down with a 120 sandpaper just to get some more of that wax off. And then I used Cotton by Dixie Belle, and I found a match. With the dark wax added to it and the clear wax, it's going to bring about the look that the side table has. This cotton paint is a really smooth matte finish, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's just off-white enough to create this look. I love all of Zebra's brushes, but they are not all supposed to be used for the same thing. This is my 2-inch angle brush, and I started using it on the drawers thinking this would be the easiest one to use. It wasn't, and I quickly switched to a round brush after this. It was great for getting the inside of the drawers, the tops, the sides, but as far as those little wooden, I'm going to call them knobs, I don't even know, getting in between those was so much easier with the round brush. And I have all of this linked in the description. You guys are going to be blown away by what this turns into, so hang tight. And just a reminder, I went through with an electric sander that has a foam pad on it, and I gave everything a buff sand. And so I didn't do it all by hand. You don't have to have a sponge sander, but it does help just to even get those hand sanders to go around curves in more of a sponge fashion so that you can get around curves a lot easier than using just a piece of sandpaper in your hand. You're going to be exhausted if you do that, but again, if you're a first timer, it's totally possible. So as you can see, I'm using the round brush by Zebra. This one is awesome. It went through so much easier. This round brush still works so well on the sides because it gives enough brush strokes without being overwhelming. Now with Dixie Belle paint, their paint is really thick, and I suggest using a mister bottle. It's what I use when I use Dixie Belle. I have this small mister bottle just with distilled water in it, and it makes your coverage flawless. It doesn't give too much brush stroke, but it still just maintains that your brush flows smoothly over the surface without getting the paint too thick. Once this dries, we're going to put on a wax coating, a clear wax coating, the same exact way. So the same technique, but I'm going to use a wax brush or a sock, if you don't have a wax brush, is also great. I'm going to show you how to use that in fast motion, but basically the way that I'm putting on the paint is the way that I'm going to put on the wax. So you don't just rub it in circles, you rub the wax the same way to get it in all the grooves that you have painted with. I'm going to let you watch the whole side in real time, and so if you are a paint pro and you don't need to watch how I do an entire side, you can skip 2 minutes ahead and we'll get to the next part. One thing I forgot to mention is that when I got this piece from the client, she wanted the same distressed parts that were already present on the piece, even after painting it. So as I went through with the cotton, I rubbed with my finger right over the spots that needed a little bit of distressing, because before we wax, I'm going to go through and I'm going to take some 180, 150 sandpaper, and I'm going to make sure that those spots show again, especially on these little notches on the front. Going over them is really easy. You can go in any direction. Going with the drawer really helped just because they all look uniform, but just making them pop, they were already distressed to begin with, and so going over them with a little bit of sandpaper just helps them pop back out. Once this part is done, you want to make sure you clean your piece with a tack cloth to make sure all the sanding dust is done. Then we get to get out our clear wax by Dixie Belle. You can use any wax, but I do love this. It shows white, but it dries clear. I'm going through with a sock because I'm sure you have a million socks if you have any person in your house, because socks do not ever stay together. But I'm using a white sock and I'm going through with that wax and I'm following the lines that I did and buffing it on. And in about an hour later, I'm going to go through with a different sock and I'm going to buff it smooth. Dark wax is up next. This is the Best Dang Wax in dark brown. I'm going on with a waxing brush this time, and I want to get it down in between each of those little knob things. I want it down in the grooves. I want it to stay in the areas that it's going to accent the piece. I'm going to wipe off everything else with steel wool. So I'm using 000 steel wool. It's linked in the description below. This is a really, really light steel wool that's not going to rip the paint off, but it's going to remove any of the wax in the areas that I don't want it. The same principle goes for the side. I use that waxing brush and I go up and down side to side just like I did with the clear wax, and then I remove the majority of it from the sides with that steel wool. For the drawers, this was going to take an incredibly long time, so I actually got out a steel wool brush, and this was super helpful to be able to get in and around those circles, because by hand doing it, oh my gosh, my fingers were sore after one drawer. And so this really helps get in the middle, and it also distressed it a little bit more and just gave it a really cool look at the top. Removing the tape is one of the best parts. Now, if I would have used frog tape, I probably would have gotten completely smooth lines, but I did notice on a few of the drawers that some of the cotton paint got right underneath the tape. And so what you do is you just go with a tiny kid paintbrush and you go through with a little bit of a paint wash. Or I have Sandbar by, I think it's Dixie Belle, but I went through with just a little bit of that, and I touched up just those little white spots. This was the piece that we were trying to match, and this is what we turned out with. What do you guys think about this little furniture update? You can do this at home. So if you have a piece that just looks a little bit plain and you want to add some dimension to it and some detail, paint the trim, paint the sides, leave the tops, do a little update like this. Yes, it is manually intensive, but gosh, they just look like a completely different piece now. If you are not subscribed at this point in the viewing, please hit that subscribe button and comment and like on this video. It really helps out my channel. You guys are awesome. Make sure that you catch me on Instagram and Facebook. You can communicate with me there.